Dear matriculants, it's not too early to start studying like crazy, okay? It's not too early. And here's why. Let's just rewind and just start from the beginning, shall we? What it is, what's up? You know what it is. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Klingi Njanga, popularly known as Maklingi, and welcome to another video by your ultimate favorite. Welcome to my channel, guys. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you're part of the family, and also please press the ring so that you know every time when I post a new video. Let's get serious today. Today is a video dedicated to matriculants out there and future matriculants. So if you know anyone who's doing matric, or you are doing matric, or someone who's going to do matric, I think that's also a good thing for them to know what's ahead of them. So if you know other people that are doing matric or going to or in matric, make sure that they see this video. Yeah, let's get right into it. So, okay. Dear matriculants, it's not too early to start studying like crazy, okay? It is late. It's late even for you to think that, okay, maybe I can start tomorrow. Like, it's already late. We're supposed to start, like, first day of school. Matric is like a jungle. Literally. Matric is a jungle. Literally, only the brave survive. Like, only the brave survive. Like, first day at school, matric, you are excited, you know, you're filled with excitement, and oh my god, I'm in matric, finally I'm done with school. You're not even done with school. It's like a wait for it. Literally, first day is a wait for it. You're about to see a lot of things. So I decided to do this video simply because I just wanted to share my experience, and I realized that a lot of people take it lightly. When you pass and go to matric, you just take it lightly. You just feel like it's another grade, but it's actually not. It's a stepping stone towards building your own future. So if you don't take it like that, or if you've never been told to take it like that, this is a video for you. Because after matric, you're gonna be slapped with reality so hard that you're gonna feel like, can time go back? Can I do this all over? Can this start all over again? Can I just do this? Because I would have done so much better. I came to that realization literally after matric. After I did matric, I came to that realization, and it was just like a hard slap. It was a hard slap on my cheek. Good sin fetu. But now, you understand? So I just felt like I need to share my experience. I was having a conversation with my friend a few months ago, and we were saying that people never share their stories when they are going through it. People want to share their stories when there's a testimony, when there's a revelation. Because, yeah, I went through this, but now I'm a billionaire, I feel like it's very important to also share your stories while you're still in that rut, for people to actually relate to you, for people to be like, oh yeah, I relate to that, and I am in that, you know, and we are all in this together. But don't ever be comfortable in your situation. You need something, or you need certain people in your circle to remind you, you know, you have to stand up, you have to work, you have to do something. As much as you're in a rut, you can't sleep and cry every day and be like, oh my god, my life is over. And then what? Because tomorrow is still gonna come, like it or not. So I just thought I should do this video, guys. Yeah, it's not too early to start studying like crazy. You should start studying like crazy the minute you get textbooks. You need to be way ahead of your class. Go see, when they get to that module, like literally in 2 weeks, you have to be done with 5 modules by your own. Then when you get to class, and then when they explain it, then you understand it further. When you go to school, you're going for knowledge, but you also have to study at home. Period. You don't have to open your books when you just have homework, which is another story that I'm about to, you know, go into. So one thing I learned, so I have a few notes, so when I look down, just know that I'm reading on my notes, because I didn't want to speak about a lot of things. So one thing I learned is that life after matric is truly hard. Like I always tell my younger friends that you need to be for varsities, you need to be a trophy. Like, they need to want you. You need to pick varsities that accepted you, rather than you being on gates and sleeping in the streets and hustling for education and just being like, oh, mina, ngoba uzenzile, period. Uzenzile. So literally term 1, everybody's full of zeal. Everybody feels like, oh my god, I'm in Matric, you know, the uniform also just, you know, does something to you, just like, oh my god. So literally first day I got at school and we got an assignment. I got a life sciences assignment, so I was doing science. I had an assignment, so it was first day, but she didn't take it the next day because she said she's gonna want it the next day. She didn't. Then she wanted it literally like after a few weeks, and already there's also a lot of work that is just coming your way. Literally each and every period that comes in leaves you with so many questions, so much work. You just overloaded. Literally in 2 weeks of Matric, you are done. If you haven't felt anything right now, you're not doing anything. It's because you're not doing anything, because you need to feel this. Yeah, this is different. This is not grade 11, this is not grade 10, this is not grade 9, because obviously there you're really playing. So one thing about me, I always knew that I was smart, and that was something that I got away with. I don't have to study that much. Not because I don't have to, but it was not something instilled in me. Because, oh my god, did you have to study? You know, did you have to study? My mom would always say, you get good grades, but if you would study, you would get like grades. Like, she would always say that, but I would not take her seriously, because you feel like the aim is just to get to another grade. But when you're in Matric, there's no other grade. There's literally life, not grade, life. So I remember first time we wrote this physics test. I think it was a test or exam. We wrote before that, so many things got to my head, right? I am one person that lives in my head. I create a lot, like a bunch of scenarios in my head, and I just live it, because I don't know, paranoia, depression, I don't know why I do that, but I live in my head so much. I create a better life in my head, a better version of myself in my head, because probably I didn't like the person that I was, or I wasn't satisfied with the kind of person that, I don't know, but I used to live in my head so much, to a fact that I used to create scenarios about me, and I would believe them. I would tell myself that I'm actually smart, I belong to this group. If I go to that group and I become one of them, I'm gonna be like them, and that is not the case. So we get to Matric. I was in class A, not because we were good grades and stuff like that. No, I was just in class A from grade 10, grade 11 until grade 12. They just took us like that. And then we got to Matric, and our teachers, like just the science faculty or department, just the science department, decided that they are going to separate the classes. So there were just 2 classes, A and B. They're gonna separate us, and they're gonna make A the class that needs more attention. You know, people would say the dumb class, but I wouldn't say that. But it would be like the class that needed more attention. And Jim needed more attention. And then B would be the class that probably the kids can do certain things on their own, like the fast and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it. You know, I feel like dumb and smart is just period. But I don't want to say that. But I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, they did that. And then I was at B. Baskipe A. Most of my class went to a B, and then basasa some of people in my class, and then basal. So B, so it was the class that needed more attention, A, and then class that was just okay, a B, sharp. And then we wrote this physics test, and then I'm so used to lectures and stuff. And then our teacher said he's gonna paste our marks in the window for our other friends to see, and yeah, so there was a top 10. I was number 11, and I think that also got into my head, because I didn't study for that test, and I'm just like, oh my god, if I studied, like I didn't study. Like, when studying is an everyday thing. Like, studying is an everyday thing. I tell my friends all the time, go see, If you sleep without studying, you have ruined yourself. Like, emotionally, you've killed yourself. Like, no so right. Because the minute you don't study, a day goes by without you studying, tomorrow there's gonna be new work. And then logo guys you're not even gonna do it. You're not gonna start from 7 and I'm trying to, then how are you gonna catch up? That's where you lose track of your things. One thing you should do, always study. Like, every single day has time for you to study. 24 hours is a lot of hours for you to just not study just because you're tired. Everybody's tired, but you have to do what you have to do. Okay, sharp. So I was in number 11 on that list, and I think he was highlighter from number 1 to number 12. Was highlighter list from number 1 to number 12. So I was in the circle. That got to my head so much. You see, I am part of the smart circle. Like, I'm this and that. He even, like, in our class separated us from our, like, seated us according to our marks. So this other side would be our side and this other side. So in the smart class, there would be the smarter side and then the smart side, you know. Which got to my head so bad, because my friends from accounting would come to my class and then see that list, and I would feel like, oh, they think I'm smart, and then I would care what people think. So I would project something that is really not true so that people think I am that person when I'm not. I don't know why I portrayed that I'm studying when I'm not studying, when I was supposed to study. Like, why can't you just study? I don't understand. But that was my life. And someone, like, you're attending non-stop, you're here. My school, we would attend from 7 a.m. to 7. Like, we put school at 7. Saturday was school and Sunday was school. So you'd attend like crazy. And other people are actually taking their work seriously, and you're not, because you're living in your head. Other things are a bothersome to you. Other things are your problems. When you're doing Matric, other things should not be your problems. Your problems should be school and books. Boys, girls, social media, friends, none of all that. Family, anything. None of all that should be a distraction to you. Obviously, life happens, and I get that. Life happens, but you need to focus. Like, you need to focus. So, and then after that, I started, I don't know how, I just started going to depression. I started having so much regrets. Which, why am I doing science? Because I wouldn't say I was failing, but I was failing. I was failing, and I was not coping. Work was too much for me, because I would get home, literally I would get home, or I would go, like, from school, semester I'd get home 6, I'm tired, I change, I eat, I watch TV, I sleep. Wake up in the morning, be this pretty girl, go to school, get whatever it's why you're schooling, but I would not study. Like, a teacher is there and she's saying stuff, doesn't mean it gets to your head. You know it. You need to know stuff. That's why there's this word knowledge. You need to know what you're doing, because if you don't study, things catch up with you. You think that you got it from class, and then in the exam it comes up very differently, and then now you're just like, what is this? It's literally the same thing, but it's formatted differently. Now you can't solve it because you don't know this thing. You just crammed that one. Oh, Ian's also, okay, this is how I do it. And then you're like, I got this, Kanti. No. So, guys, so many things happened to me when I was in Matric. I just wanted to change what I was doing. I wanted to change science, because I couldn't do it. Like, the workload started to be heavy on me. I was stressed. I was depressed. Like, I was depressed. And one thing about my family, not that I blame them, but we're just not that family. Like, we're not very emotional beings. Like, I've never seen my mom cry until this year. I never saw my mom in her weak state until she was sick in 2019. So at that time, I've never seen anyone in my family break down. So I was not about to break down and just be like, oh my God, mom, school is hard. I can't do this. Like, and people's negativity, like, if you've watched some of my videos, my school year was a bit hectic because of the kind of pressure that I was expected to live up to my brother. So if I would do something, your brother would have never done this. Your brother would have never got this mark. Your brother would have never this. Don't do this. Why are you doing this? So it was too much. I think that's also one of the things that contributed to me actually living in my head and thinking I am this person and I can do this. And if this person did it because he's my brother, I can do it. There's no such thing because this person is my brother. He went to varsity. I'm also going to varsity. No, child. If you don't study, you will not go to varsity. You will not go because you will fail. Guys, a bachelor's degree sometimes is useless for so many people because there are so many people that got a bachelor's degree but they're not in varsity. So it's just like, because you get so excited, you get the paper and be like, oh my God, I got a bachelor. And then what? Because if you get the rejection letters, and then what? I have prayed to God to say this story ngendlela articulate, ngendlela right. So I hope this is coming through you because I feel like it's not, but I just hope you get me, okay? So I started getting like so many regrets and then there was like lack of support. I had no one to talk to. As I said, I couldn't talk to my family, so I couldn't talk to my friends as well because my friends know this person that's getting good grades. And part of the group, I had this group, there was guys from accounting, girls from accounting, and us from physics, and some guys from physics as well. We were friends. And my friends, especially the guys were doing the most. The guys were getting awards. The guys were getting 97. The guys were about pass. So I felt like being part of the group makes you actually, it's like being painted. It's like birds of the same feather flock together type thing. So if you're with them, it looks like you like them, can't you not? So I'm still trying to figure out why weren't you studying? Why weren't you like so I would only open my books when I have assignments, when I have homeworks, because we were in schools where Bashai for homework. So like you did it because Bakshaya, and they sent you to the principal and stuff like that. So you would have to write those homeworks and get in the morning, copy someone's work and do this and do that when you know nothing about that work. And you're not even in your moment of realization because you think it's too early to study. Everybody thinks that they're gonna study when you get to your final exam. That final exam, those two words make it seem like the finale. You know, that's where I'm gonna push. That's where I'm gonna put it all there. That's where you're gonna fail. Because you don't put it all there when you going to finish the race. You start the race with the same pace because you're gonna get there. There's no way you go see, hi, I'm gonna start slow. Then when I get there, I still have strength because you are already lazy. You were sleeping at that point because you started slow. There's no from there to there. It's from high to highest. Okay, it's not from slow to please. When it comes to school, it's not like that. Maybe another analogy of life, but not here. Okay, when you start slow, there's no way that you're gonna pick your socks, smell the coffee and be like, okay, wake up. There's no miracle. There's no amount of prayer that's gonna help you. You done because work is too much, guys. Matric work is it's too much. I just hope you never get to a point of I regret choosing this because now it's too much for me because you took it very lightly when the year began. Ndabazama groove, leave it. Uzosibona. Ndabazama boyfriend, leave it. Uzosibona. So many things in your life need a pause now, like your grind, your business. I need money for what? You need money for what? You're not gonna create content while you're still in Matric. Forget about that. You're still gonna do those things, and you're gonna flourish when you're doing those things with your certificate looking all bright colors, and you have options. When you have options, it's better to have options outside of school than starting something inside and have no guarantee whatsoever if it's gonna work. Trust me, okay? I am living that life right now, and I would never want anyone else to live it because they had no information or they didn't know. Right, and then just came term 4. Literally before my final exam, my grandmother passed away. That took a huge toll on me, like, and I didn't even know why. Cause not that I was not as close with my grandmother, but I was really not that close with her. But it really killed me that she's gone. I think I didn't expect it, came out of nowhere. Plus, I was planning to go see her literally on Monday, then she passed away on Sunday. Maybe that's what killed me the most. So I was so depressed. I would come back home from school and I would just sit. There's a couch in my room. I would just sit in that couch and just weep. I would lock the door so that no one comes in, because no one should see me break down. No one should see me cry. No one should see me do this. So I don't even know if they see me, like, how are they going to take that, you know? So now I am about to write my last exam, and I'm just like, where did the time go? I feel like I know nothing. At that point, I didn't have friends. So many things happened that I really don't want to talk about. I didn't have friends. I was struggling. Like, I would open the book and feel like I am blind and my mind is shut down because I don't know anything and I don't have time to recap. Like, I don't have time to recap. Like, because I can see June, you apply, you're advised to apply. From applying, and it's not an acceptance, but it's a, hey, we have a space for you. You know, because of your marks, we have a space for you. From getting those spaces to getting nothing. I was struggling. I remember I was writing this exam. I was writing life sciences, and I got sick. I opened the paper. I felt so depressed. I felt so blind. I went to the bathroom and I threw up. I was not physically sick or anything like that at that time. I threw up and I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to fail. Like, that's where life slapped me. I was just like, oh my. And one thing about me, I don't go out to groove. I don't do that. I wasn't dating. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was just not studying because I was living in my head so much. Who could see, I am me. Like, things happen for me. This will happen for me. And it's so crazy because things never happened for me. But because I lived in my head so much, creating this thing in my head, which things happened for me, I just believed it. And that's so dangerous about living in your head, because you start not living in the actual world, but you live in your head. So you create things in your head. You see yourself getting these awards, but you didn't get them. It's like, bro, are you crazy? Guys, I was depressed. Yeah, I was so depressed, and I don't know. That's why I'm like, where did the time go? Because between term 1 and my final exam, I can't exactly tell you what was going in between all of those months, days, weeks, hours. I will not tell you, but what I will tell you is that, not because I will not tell you because I don't want to, I don't remember what I was doing. Like, time just flew out of my hands, and I was just like, I don't have time anymore. And by writing my life science exam, time already, other exams were already written. So, meaning, from that time to my life science paper, that's why I actually remember what happened. So I threw up, and my invigilator asked me if, like, can you carry on doing this? Because I was green. My face turned green. I was so sick. I remember going back to school with some of my friends. So my classmates and I would go back. Oh my god, guys, this bird. Yo. My classmates and I would go back to school because the hall that we were writing in was a church. The church we were writing in our exams was not far from our school. So we'd go back to school and just chill. I got there, I went to the bathroom again and I threw up and I threw up and I threw up. It was a guy, I threw up. He came to the bathroom and called my name. It's like, are you okay? I'm like, dude, I am sick. I don't think I can go home. I'm sick. Like, he was just like, dude, you are green. I'm just like, I know, because the bathroom at the church had mirrors. So I saw my face, like, I saw veins in my face. I was so sick. I was so sick. I remember my dad was not working that year. And I got home and I said to my dad in PTC because I couldn't explain, I couldn't say it. I couldn't say, Dad, I didn't study the rest of the year. Because you think you're studying. Like, you think you're studying. When you're touching base in your book and making a little bit of notes here and there because you're writing on Monday and today is Friday, you're writing on Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you think that's enough. That is not enough. It will never be enough because it simply means that you're also even not ready for varsity or the rest of the world, because the world will need you to work. The world will need you to prove yourself that you can do it, especially girls. You can't just show up with a pretty face in an office and get a corner office and be COO of a whole company. Like, so many dreams of ours fade with us not working too hard. Not because it's impossible for a black kid to do this. It's impossible for a woman to do this. No, you did not work hard enough for you to get those things. Now you're using these things because I'm a woman, because I am black. No, it's because you didn't work hard enough to get them. It will work if you work it. If you don't work it, it will not work. It will not work. Everything requires hard work. Like, we're not willing to work as hard as we're supposed to get certain things because we think, because we are who we are, we're just gonna get them. People are just gonna throw rose petals at you and just gonna walk there and just get silver and gold just because the Bible says silver and gold is God, and when you have God you get this. No, child. No. The world does not work like that. And so many people are not told to wake up because life literally, right? So life, you get caught up with life at a age where you're just like, oh my God, where did the time go? And I don't want you to feel like that. I don't want you to look back when you are 27 with no steady income whatsoever, no house, no car, nothing that you've achieved in your life, and you go back and you say, my parents passed away and I was not okay. I'm also not blaming anyone. I'm also not blaming that my grandmother passed away or saying that my grandmother passed away and then I didn't study. No, I didn't study when it was all nice and all happy and all white jerseys and red ties and skirts and heels, and because literally first time you're focusing on getting your uniform, like your Matric uniform. You're just like, I need that jersey, I need that tie, I need those shoes, I need that skirt. It's like, bro, study. Like, food the to why are you so, oh my God. Fine, I got so sick. At that point, one thing about me, which I will say on a public platform, I'm not a person that thinks about killing themselves. I'm not suicidal. I'm not anything. When I'm like, oh my God, I wanted to die, I don't mean it literally. I mean it. I just mean I wished all my problems would go away. You understand? I'm really just not suicidal. I'm just saying, it's just like when someone says, oh my God, I died when that happened. Something like that. So I wanted to die at that moment. Like, I just really wanted to die. I just wanted my problems to go away. I wished I had powers to take time back or to go back in time and be on day one and open my books and actually study. And literally term 1, that's a time where you're supposed to find methods of study and scratch out certain things that don't work for you, and take like things that work for you. Because if I knew then, see, cross-nighting does not work for me, I wouldn't have wasted my time when I did not have time. When cross-nights are joining groups, doing this because you think, just because you do. Guys, I thought just because I'm joining groups and I'm studying with other people, people are gonna think, oh my god, I lived for people. When I say I lived for people, it's taking so much to say all of this, guys. But I lived for people. I was just like, yeah, people can see that I'm studying. Even at church, because I'm not going to church, they're probably thinking I'm studying. But I'm just sitting at home, not doing anything, when I could have gone to church. I remember this one time, my brother came at home and found me watching television. And he was just like, these people are getting paid for you to watch them, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, don't you have work to do? Like, you are making you're making them successful when you're supposed to be making you successful. So when you're wasting your time on social media, you're making other people successful and not yourself. You're actually wasting your time doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. I'm not saying study and not relax. I'm not saying study and not catch a breather. I'm not saying study and not see the dark of day and the dawn of day, whatever it is. I'm not saying but I'm saying that but have breaks here and there. Get home from school, refresh, sleep, wake up, eat. First, you're supposed to eat before you sleep, because after eating, your body focuses on digesting. Your mind focusing on digesting your food. Your mind cannot do two things at once. It can only do one thing. So eat first, let your body digest while you are sleeping, and then you wake up, you refresh. Make sure you refresh, eat a banana or a chocolate or drink some water, and then you study. And then you study. It's kind to say whatever's playing on TV, Gomorrah, the river. You don't have time for that. You will sit on December again, catch up the whole season of the whole year, because child, it's not worth it. You're wasting your own time. I have this friend, right, that I take as my younger sister. Her name is Mbali, ne? So after Matric, I had all of those regrets, and then I did not get accepted to varsities, and So Mbali at that time, she was going to do grade 10. Yeah, she did grade 10, she did grade 11, and then she did Matric. When she got to Matric, I spoke to her, dude, you need to study. Mbali already is a good student. Like, she gets good grades, and she was not someone that was struggling, and she was getting good grades by herself, So I was on her case because I saw myself in Bali most of the time. Most of the things that she used to do, I saw myself in her, and I used to try to protect her from not doing those things. But because she would go ahead and do those things and get burnt, and then come back to me and be like, oh my god, you said it and it happened. My brother said to me one time, just because I went through it, you don't have to go through it, So that's something that I always tell my younger friends. Just because I went through this, just because my Matric year was ridiculously hard, and it was somewhat an eye-opener after Matric, that doesn't have to happen to you. You're supposed to enjoy your Matric. You're supposed to study so hard to the fact to go see when you get your results, you are actually happy. Most of the people, when they get their results, they're not happy. No. As much as, yes, they are happy, it's just like, okay, when you get that, hey, you pass with the bachelor degree, and then you actually check the marks, it's like, whoa. So other people are not happy. Other people get any degree. When you get it, you check your whatever, your marks individually, and then you actually see what's, whoa, APS score. It's a Pumalana. No way. I boomy. for what you want, I poop, and then you settle. But we're gonna get there. Let me talk about Bali for a bit. Yeah, so I saw myself in Bali. I pushed in Bali so hard to a point where now I'm actually realizing I pushed her so hard because I saw myself in her. Besides seeing myself in her, I wanted to be her. I wanted the chance to do my matric again, but not in some other school or in some other institution. In that year that I did matric, same year, same person, same people, same teachers, all of that, but different experience. I wanted to be her at that time. So I pushed her so hard because, and that was very unfair of me to do that to her. But at the end of the day, we were very happy with her marks. And she got there and she applied for what she wanted and she got accepted for what she actually wanted, not settling for some other thing just because you don't want people to be asking you, why aren't you going to school? Now you're settling for something else, which is something that you didn't even want to do in the first place, and now you're just going to varsity just because you want to go to varsity. You get there, you hate it, you fail, you come back, and it's a lot. But I didn't want that to happen to her. I always told her, Bali, just because this happened to me, it doesn't have to happen to you. Listen to me. She would come to me with excuses like, anyway, I can't study because I'd be like, you need this, let's do this. You need this, let's do this. I was her support system. I had her back, which is something that I'm talking about right now. The lack of support. I really had no one, and at that time I also didn't know that I needed as much support as I'm realizing what I needed. So I was there by her side. I remember she came to my house one time. She was like, I can't study, my eyes get swollen up. I had these eye patches. I gave them to her, and I was just like, you have no excuse not to study. Now you have eye patches, you put these on when you sleep, you wake up, you study, period. I was so hard on Bali. I remember one time she was just like, bro, you are my friend, you're not my mom. And I was just like, okay, but study. I was so insane, and I owe her an apology. But I feel like I don't necessarily owe her an apology because she's somewhere, because I was there for her. And I actually like the fact that she came back to me and she said, you were there for me, and I thank you so much, because I don't know how I would have coped, what I would have done without you. Now she's all on her own, and I don't want to be not because I'm not her support system now. I am not as much, though. I want her to grow as her own woman and be there for herself and learn and grow as a person, as a woman, and stuff like that, and understand who's okay. I have to do this, not when someone has to tell me, that varsity experience where someone is like, you're on your own now, you have to grow up. I need her to grow up. That's why I'm not in her back anymore as much as I did. So I had another project, and her name was Mpumi. So I'm done with younger friends. I'm so tired. But my point is, they both came back to me and they said, Kenyiwe, thank you so much. You were there for me. I couldn't have done this without you. You were there holding my hand. Umpumi would post something and I'd be like, why are you there? Aren't you doing matric? Don't you know that you're doing matric? Some other people need like, hey, you are doing matric. Why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be studying? Umpumi would tell me straight up, bro, I need a break. From what? You need a break from what? No, you don't need a break. So I'm here to tell you guys, just because I went through it, you don't have to go through it. It's so hard to go through it without support. It's so hard to go through without knowing like the city is about to get very hot and you need to be prepared. And the funny thing is that our teachers tell us these things, but you don't listen, which I feel like maybe someone won't listen, but maybe someone will. I battled with myself doing this video. Even this morning waking up, I was just like, God, should I do it? But I was just like, I feel like saying it, when I say it, I feel like no one will understand me, but I hope someone does. I hope someone, even if it's one person, they do understand me and get my points, close off the world. Find your study method. Like, find something that works for you. If cross-nicer doesn't work for you, study. Get home, do what I said, sleep, because everybody needs sleep. You need to drink water, you need to eat well, you need a break, Yes, you can talk to your friends here and there, but just know that your friends won't tell you to study, because most of our friends sometimes like us when we are comfortable. Some of our friends are our enablers. So if I'm enabling you to not studying, you also enable me not to study because we are tired. So we're schooling was like 17 hours. So we're tired, both of us. Let's sit mngani. No, if you have such friends, enablers, you need to let them go. You need someone that's gonna be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you sitting and not studying. I'm not comfortable with you being relaxed with your life like this. I'm not comfortable being in this vicinity with you and you letting yourself down, because you're also letting me down. So I'm leaving you because you're too comfortable in where you're sitting. You are just too comfortable in where you're sitting. There's this scripture that I'm just going to quote, where I think it's in Matthew, where this man was in the gates and he never walked, right? He never walked, and I'm getting super sweaty, but I still look good. Okay, he never walked from birth, and he was seated in the gate called Beautiful. And John and Peter walked, and he was just like, can you guys please give me money? And Peter said, look at us. We can't give you money, but we'll give you God. People who are not enablers. People who are like, no, people who won't feel sorry for you and be like, no, so they didn't give him money, not because they didn't have money. Probably they didn't have money, but they gave him something much better. They made him walk. They prayed for him, and he walked. Because he couldn't wait. He couldn't stand up. And he walked, and the people rejoiced. People around him were enabling him to walk because they were feeling sorry for him, and they were like, "Dude, you can't walk. Since uzaliwe, take the money. But he was being enabled. So those people around him were enablers. Probably if he crawled somewhere else and went somewhere else, those people would have shook him to stand up. Hey, there's no time to sleep when you're in Matric. And people always say that, and people will be like, hey, you don't know what I'm going through. Child, come on. What are you going through? Most of the time, we put ourselves in unnecessary situations. Why are you dating when you're in Matric? Why are you going out when you're in Matric? Why are you allowing boys to stress you? Why are you allowing girls to stress you? Why are you allowing friends to come into your space and stress you? So you don't need friends who are enablers. You need to start studying. Find a study method that works for you. Have friends who are not enablers. If you have those friends in your circle who are just like, let's go somewhere and just get lunch and just get drinks, and then drinks turn out to you coming back home at 10, and then you sleep, and then it's tomorrow. Literally, you didn't study the whole day. Going to school is not enough. It's just not enough. If it was enough, we would leave our bags at school. We would leave our books at school, come back the next day, study at school, go back at home, no mthwalo, nothing. So if you have enablers in your surroundings, even if your parents are enablers, just space them out, block them out in your ear. Like, my grandmother would do that. And I'd be like, yeah, yo, go. My grandmother is an enabler, period. She is an enabler. She'd be like, and you'd be like, okay. So no, you don't have to, especially with friends. Family is okay because you can't do anything with your family. You can't move out, but you need to space them out. Don't have enablers, because you don't know. Other people are going to be in your circle and they're going to offer you so much than money. They're going to make you walk, okay? So don't have enablers. Also, space them out. If your friends are enablers, don't have those friends. Have other friends. Always in class, there were that group. You know that group that always studies. And like my group. Not my group, I'm saying like me. There's always that group, and it's always the unpopular ones. So if you're popular, you don't want to be in the circle with people who are unpopular. Child, forget about popularity at school, okay? Forget about it. So you don't have to have enablers around you. You have to take a break. it's important. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy. But not a whole day break. A weekend break. So, oh my God, it's weekend. You was born on Monday. Matric. No. I wish I had this speech. I used to tell Mbali all the time because I wish I had me. I wish I went through this and then I went back and then I had a me. Go say, hey, dude. Hey, Baba. She would always say, Mangi, I wish I had a me. She's like, I'm happy I have you in my life. You know, so I would never enable Mbali. If she gave me excuses, I gave her solutions. Like, if you can't do this, here's what we're gonna do. If you can't do this, here's what we're gonna do. Like, alright, ngam. But she's a good friend and she always comes to me. It's so crazy. But you learn, you learn. Number 4, if you work it, it will work. If you study, imvuzo yakho nizoyibona. Like, if you study, no, number 4 is take a break. Number 5, if you work it, it will work for you. If you don't work it, it will not work. It will not work. You can't take your bags. You can't come at home on a Friday and then uzozibuthe Monday masoye esikolweni when you're doing matric. Come on, wake up. You are old. Umdala mongaga. Umdala. Like, wake up and smell the coffee. Literally, wake up and smell the coffee. Hence, I'm saying it's not too early for you to start studying like crazy. It's not too early for you to be way ahead of your syllabus before your class even gets there. It doesn't make you a better person out of other people because, yes, people will be like, oh, Zenzangon and stuff like that. Fine, that's on them. Do you, because at the end of the day, it's your results. It's not our results. It's your results. And then after matric, fine, you got your results, you're not happy with your results, you are faced with because I was that person, I guess who get level 7s, and stuff, when I was not that person, when I just should have studied and got that instead. Guys, it's so confusing to me why I was pretending. Like, it's so confusing, but I was pretending. And guys, so now I'm at a point where I'm just like, I don't want people to be asking me questions, and my parents suggested we see humble upgrade, and I went because they suggested it. It was not something that I said to my head, okay, dude, you saw what happened, wake up. And it's insane that still at that time I hadn't woken up. I wasn't woke. I went to the school. I wouldn't say it's not even a prestigious school, no way. It's a good school, you know? Levels, you know? Now it's called, like, you know. And in my time, an iPhone was an iPhone. Okay, like, an iPhone now is not an iPhone, but an iPhone then. When I was doing matric, I didn't know anyone who had an iPhone. So when I got to that school, majority of those people had iPhones, and they wore cool sneakers, and they were here with the hairstyles, and they were here with the makeup, and the cars, child. They were driving, and I was just like, hey, man, guys. My problems were not problems that a student should have. My problems would be, what should I wear? I would have a caucus with my friends discussing and how my hair is gonna be like, what am I gonna wear, what am I gonna do? Those were my problems. Still, I was not woke, so still I was not studying. I was opening my books when I had homework. I was opening my books when I was writing an assignment or a test the next day, which my marks didn't improve. Didn't. Life taught me so much in such a short space of 2 years. I wasted 2 years of my time pleasing other people, and it did nothing for me. Here am I today in a rant. I think I said this in my last vlog. I am in a rut, I don't know, everything is pulling. When you're not ready to do something, you will not do it until you set your mind to it. Then you will do it. But when you are there just for the lifestyle, just for people to see you, for people to look at you, for you to be the center of attention, because I was, most of the things happening in that school had my name around it. They were slinging with this, slinging with that, slinging with this. So many things happened in that school that I really will not talk about now. But I was literally in the sense, I'd come back home, probably something happened, now I'm depressed, now I'm crying, I'm doing this and doing that. Not really depressed. We always, especially my generation, use this word very lightly. Matric, yes, I was depressed. That year, no, it just was drama with girls and stuff like that. So, and a guy in between. So, it was insane. Like, it was crazy. My name was everywhere. And yeah. It was never about school. It was about the experience. Hence, I'm saying your experience needs to be very nice. You need to enjoy life and enjoy the moments and stuff like that, but also be focused. So 5 things that I have for you guys is choose a method that works for you. I forgot the other ones. Choose the method that, study like crazy. Study every single day. Don't sleep without studying. Choose a method that works for you. What was 3? I didn't write these things like down as in 1, 2, 3. I just wrote sentences. I forgot, guys. What was 3? God, please remind me. Don't have enablers in your life. 3, don't have enablers. 4, take a break. 4, take a break. And 5, I forgot 5, honestly. It will work if you work it. 5 things, it'll work if you work it. So yeah, that was my Matric experience. You don't have to go through it. It doesn't have to happen for you like it happened for me. So I am here availing myself to matriculants who want to come to me and say, anyway, I think I'm gonna need that support. But you need to understand, Uguti, if you're saying, I'm gonna need that support, which I'm really availing myself, I can do that for you. But you need to understand, because I'm going to be in your life. Like, this is something that you need to think about. I am going to be in your life, and I'm going to want to see your results at the end of every term. I will be your coach. I want a personal trainer. When he says 50 lunges, you need to do 50 lunges. If I say 50 planks, I mean 50 minutes plank, you need to do it. Do you know a plank? We have plank. Matric is a plank. Sharp. Finished. Matric is a plank. If you know what a plank is, Matric is a plank. First life after Matric. Yes, life after Matric is a plank, because Matric is so hard, guys. Like, it's not easy. And I feel like if you go through it with that support, with someone always, saying, hey, dude, study. So if you want me to do that for you, you can contact me on my social media platforms. As I said, on Instagram, I am Mahlengi, 2 eyes and a what's this thing? I don't know, I forgot. What's this? Underscore, how? Yeah, my lash is a joke. Mahlengi 2i underscore in Twitter as well. Then on Facebook, I am Jangase Klingwe. So contact me on those social media platforms or comment here down below, and we will talk and we will discuss, and I'll get your numbers and then we'll talk on WhatsApp. You need to understand, I'm gonna be in your life. So if you're not ready for that, it's okay. But if you know someone who's doing Matric and you feel like this video is going to benefit them, please hook them up, plug them with this video, because life after it is hell, literally hell. So if you're not prepared for life after it, it's going to chow you. You're not going to have. And also, Mpumi's in varsity. As I said, I had 2 projects. Mpumi's also in varsity. She's great, she's good, she's studying, she's well. 2 women by my side who are representing me in the world, and here am I at home. I'm kidding, but I am very proud of both of them, and I always say, no, it's you did that. You were studying, you were waking up, and you were studying, you were doing this. I was just there supporting you and just being there for you and understanding when you say, I'm tired. I understand that. I'm not that person that's just gonna be like, hey, da 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 da, and push you, and then I will understand it, but I will also push you to your limits. I will push you until you reach the sky. You understand? So if you want me to do that for you, I am here, and I think I will also include my team in it, and we will be there for you. And okay, let me say I for now. I haven't spoken to them as yet, but I will be there for you, and I will help you triumph. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit the subscription button and the bell so that every time when I post a new video, you know. Also, please probably share this video in the social medias platform out there, and just do the most, and let's help other people. It's so nice to help other people, so let's help other people do better. Let's help other people succeed, yeah. Bye, girls. Yes.